Thank you all so much for being here today. The latest IPCC report says that if we haven't made the changes required by approximately the year 2030, we will probably set off an irreversible chain reaction beyond the then we will pass a point of no return, which will be catastrophic. By the year 2020, the world needs to have bended the emission curve steep downwards if we are to meet these targets. We children are not scientists, but it seems many of us, apart from most others, understand the science because we have done our homework. If people really knew about these things, they wouldn't need to ask me why I'm so passionate about climate change. If people really were aware of these, they wouldn't need to ask us why we are school striking for the climate and taking it to the streets. If people really knew the full consequences of the climate crisis, they would join us on the streets, striking from their work, moving on from words to action. Because the biosphere doesn't care about empty words. The biosphere doesn't care about what we say. It only cares about what we actually do. This is an emergency, and world leaders are not acting accordingly. But if they won't do anything, then we will. We will try to do everything we can to make them act. It is still possible within the laws of physics to avoid the worst consequences of the climate crisis, but not for long, and not if we continue like this. It is we children and future generations that are going to suffer the most from these consequences if we fail. It should not be up to us to take responsibility. But since most world leaders are behaving like children, we have no other choice. The older generations have failed us. Our political leaders have failed us. When we get older, we will tell our children and grandchildren about what was going on right now. How do you want to be remembered? By the year 2030, I will be 26 years old. And by the year 2050, I will be 46 years old. When we think about the future today, we don't think beyond the year 2050. What happens after that? Our political leaders can't seem to think beyond the next election, and that must come to an end. This ongoing inaction of people in power and the companies responsible will in the future, no doubt, be remembered as a crime against humanity. Those who know of the consequences of business as usual for all living species must be held accountable if they're still not doing anything. I didn't start school striking because I wanted to. I didn't do it because it was fun. I did it because something needs to be done by someone. And that someone can be me, it could be you. You can do so much as an individual. You don't have to wait for someone else to do something. No one is too small to make a difference. Never forget that. During the last months, we have shown that activism works. So I'm asking you to act. This Friday, I am school striking here in Vienna, just like Fridays for Future Vienna does every Friday. We hope to see you here, right here at Heldenplatz at 11:55. We need everyone. Every single person counts. Just like every single emission, every single kilo, everything counts. Thank you.